Let's go to TJ in Lake Mary. TJ, you're on News 96.5. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Just got a question. My mother passed away a little while ago. It's just me and my father. I'm an only child. There's no other siblings or anything like that. The only thing she has in her name was our home that she'd inherited from her mother when she passed, but there is about a $40,000 lien left on it that we took out to remodel the house when we got it.
All right.
And just a little fishing boat. I have her certificates of death. Is there anything more I need to do other than simply go down to the courthouse and declare her death? And if so, how does that go? Does it automatically go to my father?
Okay, so TJ, there's nothing automatic about this process. It is going to require a probate process to get this home out of your mom's name and into your dad and your name. So you're telling me that mom died without a will, TJ. This is the home that
It was an unforeseen death. There was no will, no nothing.
Yeah, this is the home that she and your father lived in. Therefore, the Florida statutes is going to write a will for her, and it says that this home will go to a life estate in your dad. He would get to live there for the rest of his life, and upon his death, it would go to you, or at your father's election, he would have the right to own it as a tenant in common with you. You would both own it together as tenants in common. So your dad has a couple of choices here, but either way, the ownership in this property is going to end up in both dad and you, Alan, or TJ, I'm sorry.
Okay, and one other question. With that having been solely in her name, even though I know they lived there together, the house was solely in her name.
Right.
With that for debt forgiveness, do we still owe that lien holder?
No, that is a lien against the property, TJ, and when you and your dad inherit this property, you will inherit it subject to the lien.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Okay. TJ's father would have to make a strategic decision. Mm-hmm. One decision would be, I want to have a life estate in this home. I want to be able to live here for the rest of my life. No ifs, ands, or buts. The other strategic decision would be, I want to own this as tenant in common with my son. I own 50%. He owns 50%. And the advantage of that is that the father could force the sale of the property, and we know how much he would be entitled to, which would be 50% of the net proceeds. Mm-hmm. So it kind of depends on what his intentions are.
But all because they did not do this while the other spouse was alive. Now he has to do this.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have to do this if the deed was joint.
That's right. Most married couples own their home jointly, but in this case, mom died with the home in her name only and no will,
that combination.
Without calling attorney Tom Olsen before it was too late to get her ladybird deed to avoid probate on her home.
Yes, because we know that ladybird deed is a really, really great tool.